Hey y'all, hey, good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? If you're new to my channel, my name is Tasha Marie TMR. How you doing, baby? All right, you guys. So I just want to get on here and talk to y'all for a minute. As y'all can see by the title, what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Strong Mommy Chrissy's live that she did. She titled it More Bad News. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that real quick. But y'all, before I start on that, like, look at this. Y'all see this? This is fresh sea salt mango. This is from Bath and Body Works. Baby, if y'all don't know about this, then you don't know about nothing. Like, this is the real deal Holyfield. This smells so daggone good. And I just got out the shower, put my clothes and stuff on, honey, and sprayed this on. I was like, oh, okay. I got the lotion too. But I just wanted y'all to see that if y'all have not tried it, you need to go try it, okay? All right, y'all. So Strong Mommy Chrissy says in her live today, I don't know if it's still up. She said in her live today that someone texted her and said that a woman says that she's pregnant by her husband and the baby girl is due in October. So let me say this. I'm going to say this. Do you guys remember when she did a video a few weeks ago of when he left? Like, he left and she was real tore up. She cried really hard. Like, everybody felt her emotions, her feelings. Everybody's heart was pouring out for her. Right? I'm going to tell you something. I knew when I saw that video, it was more to it than he had just left. Like, that cry was I'm hurting cry. Now, if y'all know from recent history, he's left before. He had just left, back in May? And she was telling that story. She did a live and talked about, and she was upset, but she wasn't like she was in that video. I said to myself that day when I saw that video, of course I didn't say it publicly because I didn't know for sure, but I said to myself that day, I said, he left because there's another woman. And now look what she's telling us. Like, I think she already knew that there was a woman possibly pregnant by her husband, but she's just now coming out. Like, she's just now chronologically letting us know the events. Because that's the type of information y'all got to understand. Her situation is a TV show. And I'm not speaking bad about her, but I'm just saying it's reality TV. So you don't tell all the juice in one day, right? You got to spread it out because you got to keep the people coming back for more. Okay? Now that's no diss or no pun to her, but that's just like, that's great marketing. Okay? At the end of the day. Now her situation does sound very real. Like, I believe there is truly a woman pregnant. But I had said that a few weeks ago when she came out with that video. Like, that cry, y'all, was just a cry that, like, you can tell something deep down was hurting her more than he left. Because as y'all know, he's left before, right? And she was upset, but she didn't cry like she did in that video. So, you know, she said that she texted him. She texted the mama, his mother. She was texting everybody that she could think of. Or she said she called or whatever. She hadn't got a response. And I believe the reason why, she didn't get a response from the mom, because at this moment, mama might be aware of what's going on. But I don't think mama wants to be involved. Like, at the end of the day, it don't really have anything to do with mama. Mama can't control this man's penis, okay? So, she don't have no control over that and what he's doing with it. So, I guess she feels like, mama probably feel like, well, baby, you need all them answers coming from him, not from me, you know? And I feel her on that. What I will say is, you know, all the times I've heard Chrissy talk about the mother-in-law, her mother-in-law, I personally don't remember hearing her calling that woman out of her name. Today she did. I'm going to be real honest with you. She must be really mad because her husband must don't have any sisters Because I don't think I would take too kindly you as being the daughter-in-law, but calling my mother, the woman who birthed me into the world, out her name. Like, I get you mad, Chrissy, but at the end of the day, I mean, that's her son. So she's gonna, like, he comes first. You know, some people might disagree, but at the end of the day, he come first. Like, that's her child. You are a woman he married. You know, but that's her child. Now, I'm not saying that the mother-in-law don't have any respect for Chrissy. I don't know, because I'm not there. I don't know these people. I don't know. But, you know, to be calling her out her name, you know, from what I could gather from Chrissy's conversation, it didn't seem like her and the mother-in-law had a real tight bond, a real tight mother-in-law, daughter-in-law bond. So maybe the things that Chrissy felt like she should be privileged to, maybe because they didn't have that type of unique bond, she's not getting it. You know, she also mentioned in the live that she noticed that her husband was taking a lot of walks in the evening, something that wasn't his normal routine. Well, you know what? I mean, you ain't got to be real smart to figure out what was going on. More than likely, when he was taking those walks, that's when he was calling the other woman. I mean, he very well can't call him sitting right there. It's not like he can go sit in the backyard and call him, or he can go sit on the front porch. Because why? Because Chrissy's there and all the children are there, right? So, yes, he's going to take a walk off so he can call and talk to him. And I guess this woman must have gave him an ultimatum. And at the end of the day, it sounds like she won. My bad, y'all. That was my neighbor. I'm like, okay, boo, I'm trying to film a video. Okay. So here's the thing, y'all. A lot of people saying her in her chat, Chrissy, just move on. Well, y'all got to understand, like, obviously she's emotionally attached to this man. I mean, it's her husband. She has 3 children with him. So it's more than just a casual dating. Knowing that, you know, the other woman, quote unquote, has won, it's probably messing with her ego, and her heart. But, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. What we're seeing now, or what we're hearing Chrissy talk about, speaking about the events of her husband and the way he's acting, I think this was him all along. I don't think this is anything new to Chrissy. I think she already knew what type of man she was dealing with. You know, it's like an old saying, y'all. You know, the way you get a man is the way you can lose him. So, you know, I know I heard Chrissy say she did a Q&A a few years ago with her husband, and she said they met in a club. Now, I don't know if he was dating somebody at the time, or if he was living with another. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any of that. But, you know, I just think that, you know, she probably just thought he was the one. She probably just thought that he was the one, that he was in it for the long haul, and now he's proven her wrong, and that hurts. That hurts. I really think moving forward, Chrissy just needs to choose her men more wisely. I don't know if this is a pattern for her, but I do know that she has multiple other men that's fathers of her children, and she's not with them. And now the cycle with him, when it's all said and done, she is the common denominator in all these situations. So she might want to, because these are all 3, several different men, but she's the common denominator because she's the one woman in all of the equations. So she might want to re-examine her situation and what she tolerates. She might not need to be so tolerable of certain situations. And y'all, that go for all of us. I'm gonna tell y'all really quick. Like, I get it. I feel it because it happened to me. Like, this was years ago, you guys, with my oldest kid's father. Like, this man was literally dating the woman who lived 2 apartment buildings down from me. So, like, say, for instance, I lived in apartment A. She lived in apartment building C, right? Like, the whole building, okay? And this how bad it was. At the time, my car was broke down. I didn't have a car. And y'all was walking to the bus stop in the morning to catch the bus to go to work, while she was on the bus stop with me. And me and her would casually talk, you know, just like people do at the bus stop. And all along, she knew who I was, but I didn't know who she was because she was sleeping with my man. When I found out, y'all, you talking about somebody who felt betrayed. Like, of course, I mean, I didn't know this woman, so she didn't owe me anything. It wasn't like she was a friend of mine. But it was just for the simple fact that you would be so bold to deal with another woman, but you literally dealing with this woman up under my nose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with y'all, even after all that stuff that went on, I still managed to take him back. I sure did. Then eventually stuff just kept happening, and I was just like, you know what? Now I'm done. Like, for real. Because, like, you could only keep dogging me out for so long. But, I mean, like, who the fool? Me or you? You know? So, and I think that's what Chrissy's situation is. I think she's taken him back so many times that he feel like he don't really gotta do a whole lot because he hasn't really done a whole lot, and she manages to let him keep coming back. And now, this time, there's a potential baby involved, and maybe that's where she crossed the line. Which that is for most women. Like, most women will go through a situation where their man cheats with another woman, and they'll forgive that to a certain degree. But if that woman gets pregnant, like, you can't cross that line. Like, that's the point of no return right there. And I think that's the situation for Chrissy. I think she's at the point of no return. At least, you know, and you can't say, oh, he dogged you out, you know, for the world to see. No, not really. Because he's not putting the business out there. She is. So, y'all, really what he doing? A lot of men do that. Like, y'all, we know it. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody watching this video right now that's going through the exact same thing. But at the end of the day, baby, you got to realize who's more important. You or him. You know? It's not to say because you lost the love that you'll never love again. I know it might be hard for you to try to rebuild your confidence to love again, but it'll happen. Like, don't stay in a toxic situation just to say you got a man. Or just to say you got a woman. Because guess what? Toxicity doesn't get any better. It either gets worse or stays the toxic same. You know? Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's the reason why I got up and left. Because I knew, like, I had allowed him to dog me out for so long. It was like he was used to dogging me out. And he was like, well, why treat her good when she takes me when I treat her bad? So guess who had to wise up? I did. I had to realize that I was worth more than that. And Chrissy does too. Like, I get that's your husband, whatever, but, I mean, baby, I mean, that title right now is doing you no good. Him saying that he's your husband is doing you no good. Because obviously he's not acting like a husband if he's laying up in another woman's home and impregnating her. Seems like he's probably treating her more like the live-in than he's treating Chrissy right now. You know? Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I just think that, you know, like I told y'all the other day, her situation is very relatable to a lot of women. A lot of women go through that. But y'all, we just got to know what our tolerance level is. We have to, like, I can't tell you what your tolerance level is. Like, I can't tell you that. Only you know that, right? Because what I might tolerate might not be what Chrissy tolerates, or vice versa, you know? But you just got to know not to keep putting yourself out there like that. Like, you got to realize that you're worth more than that. Like, I don't, you know, a lot of people say, oh, she got so many kids, she ain't gonna be able to find nobody else. That's not true. She found him. Now, I'm not saying he's the pick of the day, but she found him, you know. And Chrissy even said in her Q&A that she did with her husband a couple years ago, she said when she first met him, she didn't tell him how many kids she had. Well, why not? When a man is getting to know you, that's something he needs to know off the top. Because at that moment, you have to allow him to make that decision. If he's willing to go forward or not. Like, you can't just force nothing on him. But I will tell you this, you know, I hope she doesn't feel this way. I hope she doesn't feel like she's, you know, she's at the end of the road, like no man would never love her because the amount of children she has. I hope she doesn't feel that, because like I said in my video the other day, it's somebody out here for everybody. So I truly hope Chrissy does not feel that way, you know. But I will tell you this, you know, a lot of women tend to think because they good in the bedroom, like that's all they need, because they good in the bedroom. Like, that's all they need to keep a man, because they give good sex, okay? Maybe that's not the case. You got to get a man in his mental, right? You got to catch his mental first. Then once you capture that mental, then you get his heart. Once you got his mental and you got his heart, maybe everything else gonna fall in line. You could be the worst sex partner, but you got him by his mental and you got him by his heart, and he okay with that. He gonna work with you, okay? But that's what it is. A lot of these women out here feel like because they good in the bedroom, like a nigga just gonna fall in love with you because you good in the bedroom. Well, honey, everybody got a tail, you know, a P-U-S-S-Y. Everybody got that, you know. So, like I said, you guys, catch him in that mental, get him in that heart, and everything else will fall in line. Trust me when I tell you. Until the next time, y'all. See y'all in the next video. Y'all be easy. Remember, y'all, sub what you love.